Hi and welcome to a quick, I don't know what you want to call it. I've got a few messages that people have been sending us or have been in the comments. I wouldn't call it a questions and answers because it's not really, because there is no one question I can answer. But I just thought I'd address a few of the more common questions or comments. The main one is, how do you make so much money? And by that I mean, how much will you, not me. The easiest way, do all the missions. Literally, I've said this many times. We're not going to go to this planet because I haven't. Not all of them. Unlock every single node. You don't have to do the missions. If you leave them blue, alerts will still pop up on them. But just complete every single mission at least once. Unlock every node, which means you got to complete the missions to do so. And then just do the alerts. There's 7.5 grand. You could have come out of that one with almost 10,000. And because it's an alert, a lot more enemies are going to spawn, which means you're going to get more experience, more mods, more money, because enemies sometimes drop money, which means they're going to do that more often. That'll get you a nice amount of money. The other one is void missions. Do the void missions, because at the end of a void mission you get a nice sum of money. Used to be 75,000 for a tier 3. 70 to 75,000, but now it's more 20 to 25,000 for a tier 3, which is a lot less. But if you need the money, it's easy enough to get the keys. Just go to Eris, do 15 waves. If it doesn't drop a key, leave and do it again. Eventually it'll drop a tier 3 key. Do that tier 3 void mission and there you go. Easy money. And probably one of the more common ones that nobody ever does, finish the mission. Now that one may sound really weird, but it's amazing how many people, especially if they're farming for blueprints or they're farming for warframes or weapons or anything else, leave. Don't do that. They've actually set it up so if you do, you're actually getting punished, because blueprints don't drop anymore. They only drop at the end of the mission. You have to complete the mission to get it. So they're encouraging you to hit the end of the mission. And loot. Always loot. Containers, break them to get what's inside. Lockers, open them. We've got money in them. Most of the time, money in them. And ammo and health. Resources drop from them. If you're speedrunning through missions and asking people why you've got no money, that's one of your big reasons right there. It helps to open all the lockers. But apart from that, the reason I have so much money is I've got 826 hours in this game. I have way too many hours in the game, so yes, I do have a silly amount of money, but that just comes down to I've done a hell of a lot of alerts, I've done a hell of a lot of missions, I've done a hell of a lot of void missions. So yeah, I do, but the best way to get them is just play the game, finish the missions, loot while you're doing it, take your time doing some missions, find the alternate routes that loot's in. You can always get some good stuff there. One of the other questions is also, why do I do this in 720p? If we go to the Foundry, there's great reason right here. This big ass black border. It is horrible. It is okay, it's not horrible because you've got the background in the back, and you know what I mean. But because this is in the middle, if you record it in 1080 and shrink it, it's not going to fit. It's going to look completely silly because this bit in the middle is going to be too small. On a small monitor, you're not going to be able to see it. In 720 on a small monitor, you can still see it. On a bigger monitor, it'll stretch it out to 1080p anyway. If you go to YouTube and you watch a 720p while your monitor is set to 1080, it automatically stretches the video to 1080 anyway. So as long as it's in high definition, it's still going to show. It's just going to be a little bit blurry. A little bit grainy, I should say. But one of the main reasons we actually did it is the file size. 1080p is twice the size, takes twice as long to edit, twice as long to produce. can take up to 4 times longer to actually upload. So 720, it's still high definition, but it's easier, and just for the menu bit it looks better. For the gameplay, 1080p would be much better, but for the menus it's better in 720. The other one was, which one of all of these Warframes would be the best? This is one I cannot actually answer. I don't have a favourite. I've used Frost more than anyone else. Actually, at the minute, Nova has taken that away from Frost. So at the minute, I'm using Frost a lot more, because I didn't realise I was using Nova so much. But Frost is the one I've used for I got all the Warframes with him, most of the weapons with him. He's the one I unlocked all the missions with. If I'm going into an alert that's level 120 plus, which isn't as uncommon as you would think, I'll take Frost, because he's the built-up tank. The rest of the time, it varies on what mission I'm doing. Trinity for survival, Nova for defense, unless it's defense against Grineer or Corpus, and then I use Frost Prime. Rest of them have the high points, the low points, and I don't have a favourite. Which is the worst Warframe, which is the opposite kind of question. Again, I don't have one I hate more than any other ones. It used to be Loki, but Loki's I'm starting to see the point in Loki. Volt, a lot of people, if I was to turn around and say, oh yeah, Volt sucks, get rid of Volt, don't bother, a lot of people would come after us. I'll literally just be walking through the dojo one day and they'll all just jump out of the walls and stop beating me Warframe to death. But I don't have to say it trying to cover me butt or anything else. He's not the worst either. He is better than I thought he was. Okay, he's not an amazing Warframe, but he's not a rubbish Warframe either. Mag, I would have said used to be the worst, but they did fix her. Now they're going to nerf her again, so I don't know. Nova's going to be super nerfed soon, so she could become completely useless. Trinity is probably the best for survival, because you can save yourself and everybody else. Necros has his high and low points, but if I had to choose, hands down, gun to me head, I can't. Not for a best one, for a worst one, I would have to go with Necros. Only because his uber ability takes way too long to cast, and the past few weeks, every time I've used him, I've died. Just while trying to bring out his minions. I'll probably die again before this week's through, because I'm trying to sort him out a little bit. Actually, I can guarantee you, sometime today or tomorrow he's going to die, because I've got a video I've got to do, and I've already decided I'm going to use him, and I know he's going to die. But I would choose him as one of the worst just for that. The Warframe's fine, the ability is what sucks. Loki has some of the worst abilities because they're all not. He's got no offensive abilities, defensive abilities either. He cannot kill an enemy. Well, he does have a defensive ability. He can radial disarm, but at the same time you disarm them and then they come after you with sticks. That's not really defensive. That's, instead of shooting at you, they're now going to stand around you and beat you to death. So I don't know. I really don't. Which one's the best? Which one's the worst? Depends on your gameplay style. I use them all fairly equally at the minute, apart from Volt and Necros. They're probably at the bottom of the list, but that's just because I've had so much other stuff to do. I haven't been playing with all of them as much as I would like. I think we'll actually use Volt shortly, and I think the next weapon video we're going to use Necros because he hasn't appeared since he was created. The final question, sorry, where did the clan place on the Gradius Dilemma event, the last event? And to be honest, for that the clan wasn't given a direction. People asked, and it's like, well, unless the statue is made out of solid gold, I can reach into the monitor, pull it out and sell the damn thing. To hell with it. I didn't actually say that, it's just me over exaggerating because I can. The statue isn't worth that much. Having fun is more important, and we're never going to hit the top 10 anyway, so we did what we wanted, and some fought the corpus, some fought with the Grineer. Even while doing that, we still actually managed to make it to 37th position. Did not expect. I was hoping to get into the top 10, but to come 37th, that's actually amazed the hell out of us. Especially after doing some math. If we had fought with the Grineer, 600 people did corpus, which would have taken 600 points away from the Grineer one. We still would have been in the top 10 because we still would have had just over 4,000 kills. Missions even. So we actually could have made the top 10 if we tried, but we didn't try and managed to come in 37th, which was actually fairly impressive. I've underestimated the clan. They are a lot better than I thought. We currently have 209 members. There is so many invites sent out, but I'm not including them. That's 209 who have accepted actual members. Of that, not all of them would have been active during this event. There's about 5 or 6 people who are on there who won't be kicked, no matter how long they're actually don't log in for, because I know them, and some of them play sometimes, not all the time, and so I know for a fact there is some people who weren't in this event at all, or did not play in this event at all. So even 209 members, not all of them would have been playing. So that makes, 37th, that's okay. It's not a top number, but it is when you think about it. 37th without even trying, that is impressive as hell. Some people would have been trying who have probably kept within the top 50. At one point we were actually 15th. So that is very impressive. Very well done by the clan. But we will leave this off here for now. There is many other questions, that's just the ones I get the most. One added one, if you're looking for barrel diffusion, there is actually a really good place to get it, and that would be, if I can get out of the menu, that Palace Pluto is apparently a really good place to get it if you can get to wave 20. 20 minutes. But me, I got mine from Exini, because I know a lot of people are asking about barrel diffusion. I have tried many times to do tips and tricks for that, but I can't make it to 20 minutes. If I solo that, I can make it to about 10-15. If other people join, I'm lucky if I hit 10 minutes. I can't understand it. It just seems the more people there is, the harder it is to get there. So it is a bit of a pain to get to 20 minutes. It might be easier to just go to Exini, and after 15 minutes, if you haven't got it, do it again. It'll probably a fair few times of doing it, but at the same time you'll be leveling up weapons and getting experience. It drops a lot of mods. Plastids can drop there, Neurodes drop there. Just remember to pick up the stuff, and while farming for that one mod, you can farm for Plastids and Neurodes quite a lot. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching. I don't know if I'll do another one of these. It's, as I say, they're just the few that pop up the most. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.